Hey everybody, what's going on? This is episode 11 of Cook's Corner, and we've done a few hockey videos, we've done some baseball, and now it's time to talk some basketball on this channel. The Toronto Raptors surprised a lot of people in 2019 with their first NBA title in franchise history, and they're going to be looking to do the exact same thing here in 2020. Today, I'm going to be looking at what this Raptors team brings to the table, their three most important players for this postseason run, and lastly, my conclusion on whether or not I think they can repeat as NBA champions. Now let's look at it this way. The Toronto Raptors lost their finals MVP and best franchise player of all time in Kawhi Leonard, but they still have their team identity, and that much is clear. Without Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green, a key leader on this Raptors championship team, the Raptors still went out and compiled the second best record in the Eastern Conference behind only the Milwaukee Bucks. This was a team that was led by their defense, one that ranked first in opponents' points per game and second in opponents' field goal percentage. Not to mention how impressive that is to begin with. They did so missing man games from Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Serge Ibaka, Norm Powell, Marc Gasol, all who missed over 10 games during this season. If that's not impressive and doesn't show the depth of this Raptors team, I don't know what does. It's been a weird year to say the least, but this layoff probably helped this Toronto Raptors team as they're now fully healthy going into this postseason. Let's not forget, take a look at what Marc Gasol did during this time off and how he changed the makeup of his body. If Gasol is able to stay on the floor more and get more touches for this Raptors team, he could play a big role in helping the Raptors in their title defense. The two main things that I focused on for this Raptors team are their elite defense and their balanced scoring. You likely won't find a deeper top 7 in all of the NBA, and the Raptors need to use this to their advantage in the postseason. Now let's take a look at the Raptors' three most important players for their playoff run this season, and we're going to start with the Raptors point guard, Kyle Lowry. As Kyle Lowry goes, the Toronto Raptors go, whether it's on the defensive side of the ball, taking a big charge late in the game, or hitting a big three. Kyle Lowry is without a doubt the Raptors' most important player inside the NBA bubble in the playoffs, and his contributions will ultimately help decide whether or not this team has what it takes to repeat as NBA champions. The second player on my list is none other than Pascal Siakam, and he's the closest thing that the Raptors have to a superstar player. Pascal is the one player I'll be watching very closely inside the bubble for these Raptors. This will be the first chance he has of being the guy for the Raptors offensively, and it'll be interesting to see how teams game plan for him directly on stopping him instead of him being the number 2 or number 3 for this Raptors squad. Now this third spot on my list could go to a bunch of different players, but I decided on OG Anunoby, and it'll be interesting to see how OG factors into the Raptors' success this time around, because many people forget that he was absent for the entirety of last year's postseason due to an emergency appendectomy. We all know how important defense is to the overall success of this Raptors team, and OG is likely going to be tasked with guarding some of the best wing players in the NBA, and it'll be interesting to see if he's up to that task. So the major question that needs to be asked now is, can the Raptors repeat as NBA championships, and can they get out of that Eastern Conference? If you look at the Eastern Conference, it's pretty clear that Toronto's biggest challenge will be the Milwaukee Bucks, with a close second being the Boston Celtics. This Raptors team is certainly being slept on by a lot of people after the departure of Kawhi Leonard, but ultimately defense wins championships, and the Raptors still have an elite defense. There is without a doubt a missing link from this Raptors team, and that is a superstar, which usually plays a big role in a team winning an NBA championship. You can make a case that Pascal Siakam is certainly on his way to superstardom, but I'm talking about a Kawhi Leonard or a LeBron James, that type of impact talent. With all of that being said, I wouldn't say a repeat is likely for this club, but there is without a doubt a path to it for these Toronto Raptors. The way this team plays, they are going to be a tough out for anyone that has to beat them 4 times in a 7-game series. Now to me, Donovan Bennett said it best, championship basketball is no longer the goal, it is the standard. From Cook's Corner, I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.